Have you ever stood in your kitchen, loaf of bread in hand, quietly asking yourself, is this still okay for me? For so many older adults, especially those managing diabetes, that simple question carries a heavy weight. Bread, once a symbol of warmth and nourishment, now feels like something to fear. We've been told for years, avoid carbs, skip sweetbreads, steer clear of the bakery aisle, and so many seniors walk away from a food they love, thinking it's the only way to stay safe. But what if the story isn't that simple? What if, hidden among the shelves of your local grocery store, there are breads, yes, sweet, familiar, everyday breads, that don't spike your blood sugar, but actually help support it? What if the right slice could bring not just comfort, but healing? In this video, we'll explore 5 surprisingly sweet breads that are not only safe for seniors living with diabetes, but actively supportive of steady energy, smoother digestion, and a better relationship with food. We'll also uncover which breads to watch out for, those that may look harmless, but quietly work against your well-being. Because this isn't just about bread, it's about memory, tradition, and feeling empowered at the table again. If you're ready to rediscover the foods you thought you had to give up, let's begin this journey, one thoughtful bite at a time. And if you're finding these insights helpful, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. 1. Sprouted grain bread, where ancient grains meet modern healing. There's something deeply grounding about sprouted grain bread. An unspoken wisdom in every bite that speaks not only to your body, but to the years you've lived. At first, it may seem unfamiliar. Denser, darker, not as soft as the white loaves from childhood memories. But give it a moment. Behind that hearty texture lies a transformation that makes this bread one of the most powerful tools for blood sugar support and graceful aging. Sprouted grain bread isn't made from ordinary flour. It begins with whole grains that are allowed to germinate slightly before being milled and baked. That natural process awakens the nutrients within the grain, reducing its glycemic impact and making its vitamins and antioxidants more bioavailable to your body. For seniors managing diabetes or blood sugar fluctuations, this is more than nutrition. It's a quiet revolution, one that supports energy without spikes, nourishment without the crash. As we age, digestion slows and insulin response weakens. The foods we once tolerated may now leave us tired or foggy, but sprouted bread steps in with grace. Its higher fiber and protein content help you stay full longer, avoiding the roller coaster of hunger and fatigue. And more than that, it becomes a ritual. A slice toasted until golden, topped with almond butter and a dash of cinnamon. Or paired with poached eggs and avocado. It's not just food. It's a small act of self-respect. Many older adults tell me the same thing. Sprouted bread gave them back something they thought they had to give up. The joy of bread without the guilt. The warmth of breakfast without fear. And for those learning to trust food again after years of restriction, that's no small gift. It's a path back to balance and to the pleasure of eating with peace. Let's continue now with another surprisingly gentle staple, oat bread. 2. Oat bread, a gentle gift from the earth. There's a quiet grace to oat bread. It doesn't clamor for attention with fancy packaging or trendy claims. Instead, it offers something deeper, comfort, stability, and nourishment that speaks to both body and soul. For older adults living with diabetes, oat bread can feel like a soft return to balance in a world of overwhelming food rules and confusing labels. Oats have long been a humble companion in American homes. A warm bowl on a winter morning, oatmeal cookies packed with love, or a simple jar of rolled oats in the pantry. But when oats are baked into bread, especially alongside whole grains and a hint of natural sweetness like molasses or honey, they become something truly special. A food that not only satisfies hunger, but supports your blood sugar in a deeply respectful way. The secret lies in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber found in oats that slows digestion and helps regulate glucose levels. For seniors whose insulin response isn't as sharp as it once was, this gentle release of energy can make a world of difference. No sugar spikes, no crashes, just a calm, sustained rhythm that helps you move through your day with steadiness. And oat bread doesn't stop there. It brings with it magnesium, iron, and B vitamins, nutrients that support your heart, your brain, and your metabolism. It's kind on digestion too, often easier for sensitive stomachs to tolerate, leading to fewer bloating episodes and more satisfaction after meals. But perhaps its greatest strength is emotional. That soft, slightly sweet crumb can feel like home. Toast it with almond butter and cinnamon, or enjoy a slice with soup in the afternoon. It's not just nourishment, it's a moment of peace. A reminder that healing can be simple, and health doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. Next, let's revisit a childhood favorite, cinnamon raisin bread, and see how it too can become a friend to your blood sugar and your heart. 3. Whole wheat cinnamon raisin bread. Sweet nostalgia, smart nutrition. There's a special kind of warmth in cinnamon raisin bread. It's not just food, it's a feeling. The scent alone can transport you to crisp autumn mornings, the gentle hum of the coffee pot, and the comfort of a quiet kitchen where joy was found in the simplest slice. For many older adults, especially those managing diabetes, this bread brings both longing and hesitation. It feels like something you're no longer allowed to enjoy. Sweet bread, cinnamon, raisins. It all sounds like a recipe for regret. But what if it didn't have to be? When made with intention and whole ingredients, cinnamon raisin bread can go from being off-limits to a deeply nourishing part of your routine. The magic starts with whole wheat flour, a foundation rich in fiber that slows digestion and helps keep your blood sugar stable. Unlike refined flours that cause spikes and crashes, whole grains work with your body's natural rhythm. And cinnamon? It's more than just flavor. It's a quiet ally in your health journey. Research shows that cinnamon can improve insulin sensitivity and help control blood glucose levels. That familiar spice, once seen as a treat, becomes a tool for balance. Even the raisins, with their natural sweetness, bring fiber and antioxidants to the table. When paired mindfully with a smear of almond butter, a slice of cheese, or even just enjoyed as part of a balanced breakfast, this bread becomes more than safe. It becomes empowering. Because the truth is, diabetes doesn't mean letting go of tradition. It means approaching it with new wisdom. A warm slice of cinnamon raisin bread can remind you that food is not the enemy. It's a way to connect, to remember, and to heal. And if that's possible with this cherished classic, just wait until we rediscover the comfort of banana bread in a way that truly supports your well-being. Let's keep going. 4. Banana nut bread, a classic reimagined for your health. There's something profoundly comforting about the aroma of banana bread rising in the oven. It's more than a scent. It's a memory of Sunday mornings filled with laughter, of a mother's hands mashing ripe bananas in a worn mixing bowl, of warmth, togetherness, and home. For many older adults, banana bread isn't just food, it's family. But for those living with diabetes, it's also a food that's often the first to disappear from the table. Too much sugar, too many carbs, too risky. So we set it aside, believing it no longer belongs in our story. But what if we didn't have to say goodbye? What if banana nut bread could be transformed, not sacrificed, but reimagined to nourish both body and memory? The secret lies in thoughtful swaps that honor the bread's comforting nature while supporting your health. By replacing white flour with almond or oat flour, you bring in more fiber and protein, nutrients that slow digestion and help maintain stable blood sugar. Just 1 or 2 ripe bananas lend natural sweetness, eliminating the need for cups of added sugar. And when you fold in crushed walnuts, you're not just adding crunch. You're giving your body magnesium, omega-3s, and anti-inflammatory power. It's not about making banana bread boring, it's about making it wise. A dash of cinnamon to steady blood sugar, a pinch of sea salt for balance, and above all, an intention to nourish. That's what makes each bite more than a treat. It becomes a decision to care for yourself without giving up the foods you love. For many seniors, this version of banana nut bread is a joyful return to something they thought they'd lost. Served warm with Greek yogurt or enjoyed alongside a quiet cup of tea, it feels like coming home to tradition, to comfort, and to control. Because living well doesn't mean living without. It means finding new ways to enjoy the old favorites. One mindful slice at a time. 5. Sourdough bread, the old friend with new benefits. There's something timeless about sourdough bread. Its tangy aroma, that gentle crackle when you tear into a crusty loaf, the way it pairs perfectly with a hot bowl of soup or a slice of sharp cheese. It's a bread that has quietly stood the test of time. For many older adults in America, sourdough isn't just food, it's a memory, a comfort, a familiar guest at the table through decades of change. And now, as we age and navigate new chapters of health, especially with diabetes, sourdough is making its way back into the spotlight, not just for its flavor, but for its surprising function. What sets sourdough apart isn't just the taste, it's the process. Unlike commercial breads made with fast-acting yeast and refined flour, sourdough is traditionally fermented using wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria. That long, slow fermentation does something beautiful. It breaks down much of the bread's natural starches and gluten, reducing its glycemic load and making it easier on your digestive system. That means fewer sugar spikes, less bloating, and more stable energy, something every senior managing blood sugar can appreciate. But sourdough's benefits go even deeper. During fermentation, beneficial compounds called prebiotics are formed, fibers that feed the healthy bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut isn't just about digestion, it's linked to immune health, brain clarity, even emotional balance. For seniors who may be facing challenges like sluggish digestion or medication side effects, sourdough can gently support your system without overwhelming it. The lactic acid created during fermentation also helps your body absorb minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron more effectively, nutrients many older adults are quietly lacking. And then there's the emotional comfort. There's something special about slicing into a loaf of sourdough. It's a chewy crumb, that slight tang. It feels honest, real. It invites you to slow down, to savor. Toast it with olive oil and cracked pepper. Use it for a turkey sandwich with avocado. Enjoy a warm slice with cottage cheese or tomato. These aren't indulgences, they're small acts of nourishment, rituals that can bring structure and meaning to your day. Many seniors are surprised to learn that sourdough, when made the traditional way and eaten in mindful portions, can be one of the most blood sugar-friendly breads available. It's not just about what you eat, but how your body responds. And with sourdough, the response is often steady, supportive, and gentle. It's a reminder that the old ways, slow, patient, thoughtful, often hold the deepest wisdom. So yes, sourdough may look like an ordinary loaf, but in the right hands and in the right portions, it can become a powerful ally in your journey to healthier aging. It's about embracing the familiar in a smarter, kinder way. But as we celebrate these better bread choices, there's another side of the story we can't ignore. Because while some breads can help you feel balanced and strong, others may quietly be working against you. The real question is, which ones are they? And are they already sitting in your kitchen right now? Let's take a closer look. In a world where the bread aisle stretches longer than ever, rows of colorful packaging, bold health claims, and the comforting illusion of choice, it's easy to forget that not all bread is created with your well-being in mind. Especially as we age, and particularly for those managing diabetes, it becomes more important than ever to look past the labels and truly understand what we're bringing into our homes and our bodies. Some breads, though familiar and beloved, work quietly against our efforts to stay balanced and well. Take white bread, for instance. Soft, airy, and often associated with sandwiches from our youth, white bread is typically made from highly refined flour, stripped of the fiber, nutrients, and natural balance that helps slow sugar absorption. Without those elements, it digests quickly, leading to blood sugar spikes that leave you tired, irritable, or even dizzy. It's comforting in the moment, but it doesn't support the steady energy your body needs to thrive in your later years. Then there's light bread, those labeled low-fat or low-calorie, which may sound like healthy choices on the surface, but many of these breads make up for fewer calories, with more starches, emulsifiers, or added sugars that trick the body into craving more. They may be lower in fat, but they're often higher in glycemic impact, leaving your blood sugar worse off than it was before. A slice might seem harmless, but over time, the cumulative effect can be draining, emotionally and physically. And don't overlook sweet bakery breads or flavored bagels, often found in delis and grocery store bakeries. Cinnamon crunch, blueberry swirl, honey glazed, these are more pastry than bread, often packed with sugar and refined carbs. What feels like a light morning treat can actually contain as much sugar as a candy bar. with almost none of the fiber or protein that would help your body process it. Even multigrain bread isn't always what it seems. Unless the label lists whole grain or 100% whole wheat as the first ingredient, what you may be buying is a loaf colored brown with molasses or caramel coloring with very little nutritional value. It's bread dressed up to look healthy, but it offers no real support to your system. And here's the hard truth. Even the breads that claim to be diabetes-friendly can mislead. Marketing terms aren't always backed by regulation, and a long list of unfamiliar ingredients often means more processing, more additives, and fewer health benefits. The simpler the ingredients, the better your body understands them, and the easier it is to maintain stable energy, digestion, and blood sugar. Being mindful doesn't mean being afraid. It means being aware. It means reading labels, asking questions, and remembering that every bite you take is a choice, an opportunity to support or strain your system. And the good news? Once you know what to avoid, what's left on the table is even more empowering. Food that loves you back. Now that we've uncovered which breads to approach with caution, there's one final truth to explore. The message that ties all of this together, because in the end, this journey is not just about bread. It's about you, your daily rhythm, and how small changes can lead to a bigger, brighter life. Let's bring it all home. Bread, balance, and the life you still deserve. As we grow older, food becomes more than just sustenance. It becomes a quiet reflection of how we care for ourselves. And in the story of aging well, bread plays a deeper role than most of us realize. It's not simply about carbs or calories. It's about memory, tradition, nourishment, and the rituals that have shaped our lives across decades. For many seniors, especially those managing diabetes, bread has often been cast as the enemy, a pleasure we're told to avoid, a comfort we're asked to deny. But that narrative is incomplete. The truth is, not all bread harms us, and not all comfort is dangerous. With the right knowledge, the right choices, and a touch of curiosity, bread can once again be a source of health, joy, and even healing. The 5 breads we explored, sprouted grain, oat, whole wheat, cinnamon raisin, banana nut, and sourdough, aren't exotic or unreachable. They are practical, accessible, and familiar. What makes them different is how they're made, how they work with the body, and how they honor the changes that come with age. These breads are slow to digest, rich in fiber, often naturally fermented or gently sweetened. And most importantly, they respect your body's wisdom instead of working against it. Being mindful about bread is not about perfection. It's about paying attention to how you feel after a meal. Do you feel nourished, steady, clear-headed? Or do you feel foggy, tired, and unsatisfied? Your body speaks. When we learn to listen, we begin to replace fear with empowerment. You're not too old to change. You're not too late to heal. Every slice of bread you choose with care is a small act of rebellion against the myth that aging means decline. It doesn't. Aging, done mindfully, means refinement. It means coming home to yourself. It means eating in ways that comfort both the body and the spirit. So the next time you reach for bread, whether it's for a sandwich or morning toast, or a warm companion to your soup, pause and remember you have choices. And in those choices lies a kind of power, a quiet strength that says, I still matter, my health still matters, and I still deserve joy at my table. Your journey isn't about restriction, it's about rediscovery, and the best part, you've already taken the first step. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.